Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey, tea sippers, I hope you guys are doing good today. It's all dark and dreary out here today. It's rainy. It got me missing the Bahamas. I can't wait to go back again, honey. When I tell you the men down there, whoo, child, okay? But anyways, I'm back here in Minnesota, but I can't wait to get back to the island again because I had a ball. I had too much damn fun, honey. You hear me? But back to the real world, child. Back to the real world. So what's going down is we have to talk about this situation with Q from Day 26 and Dawn Richard. I guess that's how she pronounces her name. So what's going down is that we all know them from making the band. They were everybody's it couple back in the day. We used to love us some Dawn and Q. Then we started noticing that Q was acting kind of weird. He was acting real bipolar and strange. And this was back in the day before people really knew, bipolarism and all that stuff. But he was just acting very, very chaotic on the show, getting into it with his band members, getting into it with Dawn. And we really didn't understand what was going on with Q.
You guys can manipulate me like that and do that for me. That hurt. How could you look at me and say that?
I did.
How could you look at me and say Q was wrong?
No.
How could you look at me and say that?
Q, I always ask you every day, what's wrong?
Q has to come.
What is it? Because I care about you. I want you to tell. I really want to get to the bottom because I don't. In my mind, I see bad things happening, and I don't want that to happen to you. Because you have a lot to give this world.
But in recent years, we found out that Q went through a lot by the hands of Diddy and other security guards. And they did an interview with Vlad TV, the Culture Vulture, and basically in that interview, they break down crying. All of the bandmates from Day 26 break down crying like little boys. It is so sad, and they're basically telling their story. So I want you guys to go ahead and check this out, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
The rest of the group?
Yeah, they know.
So when you guys heard this?
We was in tears. Like,
oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
In tears. Real, I love my brother, what's going on, tears. Real hurt, pain like that.
I got to get an injection in my arm every month for mental health now, for the rest of my life.
What's the
They diagnosed me as schizophrenic and bipolar. The same thing kind of like what Fred said he was going through, but it's just, I didn't experience thoughts. I experienced other thoughts.
Yeah. I didn't mean to go there. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
I'm so sorry.
This is real. And
I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't never seen 5 dudes cry at one time unless it was a funeral. So to have 5 dudes, listen, Bad Boy had to be crazy because 5 dudes crying at one time.
We gotta take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break.
I've been through so much trauma with this guy, man, and the whole situation. And I just want to say, I think he needs a lot of prayer, and he needs mental health, like the things that we can relate to, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think that's what's going to save him or help him. Yeah. Nothing else. I don't think we should talk about him. I don't think we should make fun of him. In my documents that I have for my mental health, I have his name mentioned in there. But it used to traumatize me a lot to where everybody thought something was really wrong with me and stuff. But I just don't blame him. I blame people around him too, because they ain't innocent either.
All right, so you guys just saw that video of all of the guys crying. It says a lot when you have grown men breaking down crying about what Diddy did to them, okay? And a lot of people have speculated because they're saying it was something in an email that he found, but he won't go into details on what the email consisted of. I don't know if it was blackmail pictures. I'm not sure. But even Boosie had something to say about the situation. Check this out.
Let's take a break. I've never seen a whole group of men cry at the same time. And this was over something that
That
Diddy,
took place with them, with Diddy?
yeah, over the whole making the band thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not quite sure what it is, but it was traumatic enough to have a whole group of grown men
Why
cry.
the grown men ain't talking about it?
I don't know. He
They was up here.
He said,
what are they crying about? Did he hurt their feelings or did he hurt their ass?
Ooh, I don't know.
What are they crying about? He might have hurt their feelings because he was hurting their feelings on making it a band.
Yeah.
They might be traumatized with it like that.
Yeah.
But if you're going to get up here, why the f you get up here and tell them? You crying, did he go in your ass or not? Because you have people thinking they went in your ass. Don't get up here and try to salt the man down. Tell the truth.
Yeah, he said I ain't no snitch. So he didn't want to actually say what happened or what he saw.
Okay, well, he enjoyed. He likes to relive it.
Not sure. But like I said.
All right, y'all just saw Boosie. Boosie's a mess, but he ain't lying. Did he hurt their feelings or did he hurt their ass? Because something sinister went on in making of the band. And it's sad that all this is coming out now. A few months ago, we found out from Chopper that Freddie was messing with Sarah Stokes and Diddy was also smashing her allegedly. So it was a lot of fuck shit going on during the making of the band years. But now we fast forward to 2 days ago. Q went in on his social media page and basically accused Dawn Richard, his ex-girlfriend, of drugging him. So this entire situation is a hot mess. I'm gonna go ahead and read this to you guys here. So Q says, I take full accountability for what I allowed into my life because in the end I had a choice, but let me be candid. I genuinely believe that I was taking something I tried before. It wasn't ecstasy. It turned out to be horse tranquilizer, given to me by my ex-girlfriend who claimed it was from her boss to give to me. Roughly 25 minutes after swallowing that red pill, I remember being on the upper level of the mansion near the pool, then nothing. I later woke up in a room downstairs laying in the bed with no memory of how I got there. I emerged from a deep, paralyzing sleep, screaming and sobbing. My body was in shock, my mind spinning in confusion. The horror of realizing I had been drugged with something far more potent than I was led to believe shattered me. There were 2 red pills. She never took hers. That part always haunted me. It felt less like a shared experience and more like how fast I can collapse. And none of it was funny. It was terrifying. My trust had been manipulated, my vulnerability exploited. After I came to, I began experiencing disturbing psychological symptoms, auditory hallucinations, racing thoughts, intense paranoia, crushing anxiety. My thoughts weren't clear. My memory started slipping. It felt like my mind had regressed. I was forced to relearn basic things with the support of doctors and loved ones. The pill had broken me mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Whatever ritual, spell, or manipulation that pill carried, it hijacked my autonomy. I began isolating myself. Sleep became my only escape from the pressure in my skull. I truly believed it was orchestrated by her boss, a display of power meant to destabilize the weak mind and instill fear. To anyone quick to judge or dismiss my trauma, please remember you weren't there. Mental health is a silent war, one I fought in the shadows for too long. When you love someone, you're willing to go to unimaginable lengths for them. Trust becomes your compass. This journey I'm on is about reclaiming my power, choosing truth, and healing out loud. Then he goes on to post this. Basically, he says he's going to be a special guest on Audrey O'Day's podcast. And he says a red light signal isn't just a warning, it's a command, like a red tranquilizer pill disguised as harmless. It seeps into your system, arrests all motion. You don't move, you don't think, you just freeze. It's the same sinister glow found in the eye of a hypnotic serpent. Radiant, pulsing, paralyzing, black mice to stare into it. Trapped in a trance, their instincts override their fear. That red, it doesn't just mean stop, it means surrender. Now, what I find very interesting about him talking about the color red, remember all of those videos, that collage I put together a few months back of Diddy always being under the red light? Like literally surrounded by red light. So when he says this, I believe he's alluding to the fact that Diddy is known to have a red light. Everything around him is red. And he's saying that it's not just the meaning of stop, but it's also the meaning of surrender. That is very powerful. So after that went viral, Dawn Richard came out to defend herself. And this is what she had to say. She says, I want to be unequivocally clear. I have never drugged anyone, nor have I given anyone pills to take. The suggestion that I would do so is categorically false. If such a belief were genuine, it would be inconsistent with the actions that followed, such as inviting me into your home, introducing me to your younger sister and family, and continuing a relationship with me. It would also be inconsistent with choosing to attend social events without me, engaging with individuals I had previously expressed concern about, and continue to live or provide favors to those same individuals. Many of those actions occurred while I was not present or even in contact with you. Throughout our time together and even after our separation, I made a conscious decision not to share or disclose private matters or the circumstances surrounding the end of our relationship to protect you. I did this out of respect for you and your family. At this moment, I believe it's essential to recognize that many people are dealing with pain and hardship. This situation is not about one person. It reflects broader harm that has affected many. I sincerely hope that healing and wholeness are possible for all involved. My intentions is and always has been to move forward with compassion and integrity, and I pray that others can do the same. So that is what Dawn Richard had to say about the situation. So after that, Q went on to Aubrey O'Day's podcast, and this is what he had to say. Y'all go ahead and check this out.
We were in the Hamptons. We were in the studio in New York City, and I was with Dirty Money. At this time, I was around Dirty Money for about a year while they were creating Last Train to Paris. And I guess I was around because I was dating Dawn. I just happened to be around. So Diddy's like, I think he was very, very high. He's like, we're going to go to the Hamptons. He was like, we're going to go stay the night there, and you guys want to come. And it felt very weird because this energy just felt so weird. You know what I mean? It was friendly high. You know what I'm saying? Like a friendly invitation to something.
He wasn't usually like that?
No, he's never invited all of us to one of his houses. Oh. My ex at the time, which was Dawn, she gave me an ecstasy pill. And she said...
Is that what she said it was?
Yeah, she said it was ecstasy, and she said it was from Puff to give to me. And it was red. And I took it because I thought I was going to get freaky with my girlfriend, you know? We tried ecstasy before, and I trusted her that's what it was. So I took it immediately, and she had one too. He gave her two of them. I took mine. Within like 20 minutes, I knocked out and blacked out. Yeah. I woke up in the twins' bedroom in the basement, and I woke up out of my sleep screaming very, very loud.
Who are the twins?
I don't know their names.
You're talking about Diddy's daughters?
Twins.
Okay.
Yeah. Diddy's twins. His girls. Yeah, I woke up in their bed. Two cameras filming me, and they were laughing as I woke up out of my sleep, screaming. And it felt like... I'm not going to cry.
It's okay.
Yeah, take your time. It's okay. It's understandable that you're reliving this and emotion comes with it. There's just no way around it. So it
felt very sacrificial. That's what I meant when I said I felt like they were trying to hurt me, or Diddy was trying to maybe sacrifice me that night.
Of Q's in the industry.
Yeah, I just want to say respectfully to them, just like, you know, I did something that we just could not put our finger on.
Where's your anger and level of blame that goes toward Sean Diddy Combs?
Well, when it comes to Diddy, I think the fact that he was part of the orchestration as far as like producing the pills or whatever, things like that. Aubrey, remember this, for me taking him to the hospital and stuff like that, we later found there were things that was found in him, in the system. It's in his medical. So it, like I said, this wasn't something that just, you know what I mean? Something that's hereditary.
You're saying like a substance was found in there, but in the body?
But they couldn't determine exactly what it was, is what I'm saying. At the time, like I said, they thought it was K2.
But what I wanted to say was, with you guys, after my mental health, I was healing. I finally admitted in my records that I felt like Diddy was trying to, in my mental records, that I felt like Diddy was trying to hurt me or come get me. So like a couple of years later, not in the beginning, but as you read all in my mental records, as I was admitted
into the hospital, because it wasn't just once, it was numerous of times. Like towards the middle, I started being honest, and I was like, I feel like Diddy is trying to come after me and hurt me. I started like speaking up.
How many people have stories like that? Not that, I mean, how would you all get, you all were 18, 19, you all kids around this. How many people do you all believe? And you might even know, but give us an idea. Have stories somewhere
That are silent?
like that are silent, that we might even never know about. It's not just a matter of Diddy, but Diddy, this person that worked, it's just his circle. You think a lot of people have a story like yours?
Yeah, I believe they do. I believe a lot of young people around my age, 'cause I started off when I was 18, 19. I think a lot of young, because that's what they do. They come after the young-minded. They oppress, the people they can manipulate. It's hard to manipulate somebody your age, but it's very easy to manipulate someone younger because of your influence. People with influence can manipulate, can control, and it's because of their influence, and it makes the person that like the people like me, like going after their dreams and having to endure and encounter compromising situations, is what I'm trying to say. That's what they usually do to young people, because they can put young people in compromising situations, because a young person will basically do whatever they have to do in most cases.
Which aligns with what Cassie is saying on the stand. She is saying she was very young. There was such a presence and a power to him. I mean, if you look at all of the Making the Band seasons, he was able to manipulate all of us to do all kinds of ridiculous shit. So there is this power and this presence with him that maybe, an average Joe would just not understand, how it just sucks all of the air out of the room when he's in it. It's just all consuming. I don't know how else to explain the way in which his power dominates a room.
All right, so you guys just heard that interview. It's really sad. Even his mom was there. And what they're saying is very real. Diddy has power over people. His presence, his prestige, he's bigger than life. We were taught as young people to look at him and people like Jay-Z as goals. That's what we wanted to obtain. That was, what Black excellence was. That was what people considered successful. So he manipulated all of these kids. He basically used them to get money from this show to rebuild his brand after the murder of Biggie and, Bad Boy Records, falling apart. He used all of these people. He's an energy vampire. He's a narcissist and a sociopath. There's a lot of men out here like this. And he used all of these people. He used their energy. He used their life force. He used their talents. And then he chewed them up and spit them out. And let's not forget, he also used a lot of these people sexually, unfortunately. Cassie wasn't the only one. If we can make Cassie a full-blown victim and believe her story, I stand with Q as well. I believe his story. I believe something sinister happened to that boy when he was a boy. He's a man now, but something happened to him. And he's still reliving that trauma. And all of these adults that are coming out speaking against Diddy, like the Roger Bonds, they talked about this on the Vlad interview, they knew. All of these people are doing the same thing that R. Kelly's staff did. Jumping ship, testifying, throwing R. Kelly under the bus. But they helped book hotel rooms for these girls. They helped get these little girls' phone numbers. They helped procure girls for R. Kelly. Same thing with Diddy. Just a different flavor. He's a bisexual demon. So Roger Bonds and so many of them watch this stuff go down. And from what Q was kind of hinting at, Roger Bonds may have been involved in some of this fuck shit. I'm also hearing whispers about Farnsworth Bentley. So it's really disturbing what these young people went through on Making the Band, and my heart goes out to them. So on top of that whole interview, I also want to hit on what's going on right now during the trial. They're talking about the Kid Cudi situation. It's been confirmed by Capricorn Clark. Ooh, that's a mouthful. She used to work for Diddy. She was one of his personal assistants. He threatened to kill her. He put her through a lot of hell too, if you see the transcripts. But she has basically confirmed She testified against him and basically said that when Diddy learned that his girlfriend was dating rapper Kid Cudi, she said she could tell that he was furious. He was pacing. His body language looked like he had something in his hand. I really couldn't see it. He said, "Get dressed. We're going to go kill Miss Cudi." Clark testified. I said, "I don't want to go." He said, "I don't give a fuck what you want to do." He was livid, furious, mad at me. I had never seen anything like this before. I never saw him come to my house. I never saw him with a weapon. Then they said that when they came back to the house, he called Cassie to come home. And then at that point, he beat Cassie with 100% full force. He repeatedly kicked her until she was in a fetal position. So Diddy is a scary individual. I mean, you had grown adults who worked for him, who fell under his control. So imagine all of these kids for making the band. So let me go ahead and play this news article for y'all.
20 minutes of being sworn in, Capricorn Clark describing her first date working for Sean Diddy Combs back in 2004, telling the jury Combs found out about her connection to his rival rap mogul Suge Knight, and during a late night walk in New York's Central Park, she said he told her if anything happened, he would have to kill me. Then when 3 pieces of high-end jewelry went missing, she said Combs' team forced her to repeatedly take a lie detector test for 5 days, and testified that a heavyset man who was chain-smoking cigarettes and administered the test told her, quote, "If I failed the test, he would throw me in the East River," describing him as, quote, "very wide, like 2 linebackers, like 5 of me." Another portion of Clark's testimony focusing on when Combs discovered his then on and off again girlfriend Cassie Ventura was dating musician Kid Cudi, whose real name is Scott Muscudi. Clark saying, quote, "He had a gun in his hand and was pacing." She testified he then told her, "Get dressed. We're going to kill Miss Cudi." She says she was kidnapped and forced to get into Combs' Escalade and driven to Kid Cudi's home. Clark says Combs ordered her to call Cassie and tell her he's not going to let me go until I come get her.
A lot of what you're seeing is really is compelling. It's graphic. It's disgusting. It's to the point where you would say this guy is the most reprehensible person that I've ever known of. But that doesn't mean he committed racketeering and he's a conspiracy for RICO with this criminal enterprise.
The defense pushing back on her testimony during cross-examination, saying that she continued to work for Combs for years, reading emails Clark sent to Combs after he fired her, saying things like, "Hopefully you will forgive me soon. I feel like you forgave everyone but me. XO, be well." Clark working for Combs on and off up until 2018, and even as recently as last year, asked Combs' defense team if she could be his chief of staff.
But the angle is here that she kept coming back because it wasn't as reprehensible as she's telling you now. She wanted money, she wanted power, she wanted access to fame, and that's why she came back. And she didn't get what she wanted, just like Cassie didn't get all the things that she wanted, and that's why they're telling the story now.
Expected to take the stand tomorrow, members of the Los Angeles Police and Fire Department.
All right, so y'all just saw that news article. So now on top of that, it's also been announced today that Cassie had her baby boy.
Cassie Ventura and husband Alex Fine welcoming a brand new baby boy.
I'm just like really soaking up. I'm like a little sponge right now. So I'm in it.
The singer and actress delivering her 3rd child just after testifying in the federal sex trafficking trial of her ex, Sean Diddy Combs, who's maintained his innocence in the case.
So after her getting kicked, ferociously over the years by Diddy, she's been blessed to have not 1, but 3 healthy children. So this entire situation is just really disturbing. But tea sippers, I leave the conversation up to you guys. Let me know your thoughts on everything. How do y'all feel about this situation with Q from Day 26 basically coming out and speaking his truth? Blasting Dawn Richard, blasting Diddy. Do you believe what Dawn has to say? Do you feel like she was a victim too and she was forced to give him a pill? So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. I look forward to reading y'all's comments down below. Please hit this video with a like. Feel free to share the video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.